the book of Solomon, it says that where there is no vision, people perish. The metaphysical meaning of this is that where people lack vision, they die inside because they lose enthusiasm and the spectacle of life. What people do because of negative experiences, fear of failure, and so on, is that if they have a vision, it becomes so small and safe that it doesn't activate them, doesn't excite them, and they wonder why life isn't exciting. In this video, I'll explain to you how you can make a lot of money by having focus. The most important thing you do for your success is taking control of the suggestive elements in your environment. Ensure that what you see and hear is consistent with the goals you want to achieve. Listen to educational audio programs in your car. The average person drives 12,000 to 25,000 kilometers per year, which equates to between 500 and 1,000 hours per year that the average person spends in their car. You can become an expert in your field simply by listening to educational audio programs while traveling from one place to another. Attend seminars by experts in your field, take additional courses, and learn everything you can from the experts. Ask questions, write letters, read their books, read their articles, and listen to people with proven records in the area where you want to succeed. What you want is to be successful. In the book of Solomon, it says that where there is no vision, people perish. The metaphysical meaning of this is that where people lack vision, they die inside because they lose enthusiasm and the spectacle of life. What people do because of negative experiences, fear of failure, and so on, is that if they have a vision, it becomes so small and safe that it doesn't activate them, doesn't excite them, and they wonder why life isn't exciting. A beautiful phrase I recently read said that the best way to predict the future is to create it. What it means to have a vision, even if the vision is in the air or in the sky, build a foundation upon your dreams. And when you see men and women rise from poverty and obscurity to fame and recognition, you invariably see someone who had a vision of what they could be, have, and do. And I think it's very important that all of us aspire to something far beyond what is. We all had an experience when we were little. We had a vision of growing up and having our own cars. And as we grew up, we had a vision of having our own homes and our own families. And as we grew up, we had a vision of traveling to Europe. We fulfill all our visions. The wonderful thing is that we always try to achieve our goals. The problem is that our goals are so low that even when we achieve them, they don't excite us. They don't fill us with enthusiasm. So, dream big dreams, if you will, and focus on the results, not the activities. That's the key. Be clear about the results you're trying to achieve. That is one of the keys to peak performance. All peak performances are results-oriented. All losers, underachievers, tend to be activity-oriented. And in activity orientation, what they do is work very, very hard. Sometimes they work frantically. Sometimes they work longer than you, but they lose sight of the results. Ben Trigo, the strategic thinker, said that the worst thing in the world is to do very effectively what doesn't need to be done. And many of us work very, very hard to do very effectively what doesn't need to be done. Anyone who has had employees will tell you that every day they find their employees doing something with great diligence, but it's completely irrelevant to the success of the business. So focus on the results. Here's an important question for you to ask in your professional life. I think it's one of the most important questions. I'll give you two. The first is what results are expected from me, not what activities, but what results or what outputs. What should I produce in my work? The second question you can ask yourself is, what am I being paid for? Why am I being paid? So I'll give you a simple word that you can use for the rest of your career that will double your income. And the word is how. From now on, whenever you have a goal, the only question you will ask is how. Whenever you have a problem to solve, the only question you will ask is how. If you have an obstacle to overcome, the only question you will ask is how. The wonderful thing about the word how is that it generates ideas. And ideas are all actions you can take immediately. And when you take those actions, you start to receive feedback, which allows you to correct your course and take even better actions to achieve your goals. So, the average person, when they have a problem, laments and blames other people for the problem. The most successful people, when they have a problem or goal, simply ask, how can I achieve this goal? And try this, try that, try something else. But it never occurs to them that they won't become successful. So they think about what they want and how to get it. Most of the time, the key to success is, first of all, understanding. And understanding is you understanding yourself and understanding your world. And that takes time. That requires study. And the second element is effort. You need to work. You need to be willing to make the necessary efforts. When I started studying many years ago, they called it work. And there's always work to be done. If you want to get physically fit, if you want to lose weight, there's a lot of work to be done. Unfortunately, most people, 80% of people, are misinformed. In fact, there are 3 types of misinformed people: the misinformed, the very misinformed, and the extremely misinformed. One of the most important problems we face in our society today is that misinformed people want the same benefits that hardworking people receive. They call hardworking people, the average person, successful people, millionaires and billionaires, without realizing that all these people started from scratch. Many of them were poor, many were immigrants. It took 20 to 30 years for them to become financially successful. There's a politician who held the presidency a few years ago and claimed that those who were lucky on the game board of life should be required to share their winnings with those who were not lucky. That's the thinking. In other words, if you're successful, it's just luck, so you don't truly deserve it. So it should be taken from you and given to others. The fact is that it takes a great effort for you and me to achieve any kind of success. But it's also true that there's no obstacle you can't overcome. You just need to learn how to do it. Every person who is successful today has faced failures. Everyone in the top 10% started in the bottom 10%. They set clear goals and learned specific things, did things differently from most people, and thus their lives became like Dilma Mercedes, pressing down on the accelerator pedal. Their lives changed. So sometimes, lacking a piece of knowledge can hold you back for years. And I say never let yourself fall behind for lack of a piece of knowledge or skill. All business skills can be learned. All financial skills can be learned. All success skills can be learned. Everyone you know now, who you met some time ago, didn't know at some point. So you can learn anything you need. Here's what we found out about business. All business skills are learnable. You can learn any business skill that helps you increase your earning capacity. If you're in sales, you can learn any sales skill. If you want to make money or earn money, you can learn any money-making skill. All business skills are learnable skills. Now, you may not play the guitar like an excellent guitarist or be an exceptional athlete or a talented artist, because those are special skills. But in terms of business, you can learn any business skill, because every person who has a business skill today at some point didn't have that skill. And then they were told that skill would help them, so they studied and practiced, remembered courses, and became proficient with that skill. I had a very poor education, so I thought other people were smarter than me. And if other people are smarter than you, it means you are less intelligent than them. And then I thought if they are smarter than me, then they are more valuable than me. But if other people are more valuable, then you must be less valuable. Now, feeling less valuable is the biggest problem in the world today. The feeling of not being very valuable and important leads to low self-esteem, negativity, anger, and depression. This leads to giving up, not even trying. It's the biggest problem in the world today. And high self-esteem, self-confidence is the greatest blessing. But here's what I found out. No one is smarter than you. No one is better than you. Some people have different talents and abilities, but those talents and abilities are distributed quite evenly. So you have more talent and ability than you could use in 100 lifetimes. The essence of all human wisdom is self-awareness. And self-awareness is understanding who you are and why you think and feel the way you do. Because this foundation is called interpersonal intelligence, it was identified at Harvard as one of the cornerstones of intelligence for great success in life. Truly understanding oneself, comprehending one's strengths, you will realize that successful people are honest with themselves. They know they're not the best at certain things, they're not defensive, and they excel at other things they're proud of. If we look at all spiritual doctrines, religions, meditations, philosophies, great thoughts, and all of history, we realize that the goal is to bring people to a mental state where they can enjoy complete peace. The rule is that if you make peace of mind your primary goal, you probably won't make mistakes. If peace of mind is your primary goal, everything else becomes real. If you achieve everything in the world but don't achieve peace of mind, you'll consider it a failure. You'll be unhappy, frustrated, irritated, and so on. So peace of mind is the most critical aspect. You need to ask yourself, what are the things that happen and give me peace of mind? When do I reach the highest level of peace of mind? When you start without fear and negative emotions, your mind is like a vacuum. What flows is complete peace. When you solve all your problems and everything is fine, you feel completely at peace. These are the so-called peak experiences in your life. These are the moments when you are happiest. And it doesn't happen by chance. You don't simply find peace of mind on the way and put it in your pocket. You need to deliberately shape your life to feel a great sense of peace. And of course, an extension of this is happiness. Aristotle said that the ultimate goal of all human behavior is to be happy, achieving your own happiness. When Ayn Rand, a famous materialist, said many years ago, she stated that the ultimate measure of how well you are being a human being is how genuinely happy you are. If you can achieve everything in the world but aren't a happy person and don't have peace of mind, at some level, you fail. Have you ever read stories of extremely successful people who make a lot of money, have fame, glory, travel the country like Charlie Sheen, and some of them come home and take their own lives? They have all this money, all this fame, all this glory, but they have no sense of peace of mind. So, we have this little diagram here, internal control versus external control. This is what psychologists use. They say you have an internal locus of control here where you are happy. And then you have a scale and an external locus of control. The internal locus of control is where you feel in charge of your own life, make your own decisions. Where you are is what it is because of yourself. You are in control of your own life. A person with a high internal locus of control feels really happy, strong, and is much more positive and creative. And that's the goal we seek. People with high internal locus of control feel really good about themselves. They feel powerful, empowered, strong. Here's an interesting point. You can never give control to some people. You can give your control to other people, but you still remain responsible. So, control with your thoughts, and these thoughts determine your feelings, which in turn influence your actions. For goals and ideas, they provide a sense of meaning and purpose. They make you wake up in the morning excited, eager to face the day. Many people love to sleep because they don't have a compelling reason to wake up. Those who are involved in something meaningful and achieving something important see sleep as an interruption. It's something you need to do to fully recharge. But you do it quickly so you can return to activities that make you happy, provide peace of mind, fill your financial coffers, among others. There are several key areas that you should assess and continually improve. Firstly, what are your core competencies? What do you do well? Every individual or business starts with a foundational set of skills that enables them to produce a product or service desired by the market, necessary and willing, and competencies that successfully undertake their vision. The first question you should ask is, what is your business's specialty? What is your company's unique ability to perform your work exceptionally well? What are the special talents and skills of the people in your company that enable it to produce its products or services superiorly? Remember that what got you here is not enough to take you further. If you're not continually assessing your knowledge and skills in key areas, you're falling behind. If you're not improving, you're deteriorating. Now here's another question related to core skills. What do you personally excel at exceptionally well? Look at yourself as a set of resources capable of performing a variety of tasks. What are your special and unique talents and skills that enable you to do excellent work and achieve valuable results? Again, you must continue to refine your skill set and develop your existing skills just to remain competitive in today's market. In a world where success is shaped by vision, focus, and relentless effort, each of us has the power to forge our own destiny. The journey to success is not easy, but it is rewarding. By mastering our skills, cultivating an internal locus of control, and constantly seeking improvement, we can reach heights that once seemed unattainable. Always remember that every obstacle is an opportunity for growth, and every failure is a step towards victory. So, keep your vision clear, focus on your goals, and don't let anything stop you from achieving your dreams. The path to success is yours to tread, so go ahead and make history. What's the next step you're going to take towards your goals? Share with us in the comments